Let me know when you start.
It said that I'm starting.
You did start?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. This is Rick Harsch. I guess you caught me in the middle of making a new sign because the other one is somewhere else. But I just thought I'd go by this. Is it? Can you read that? Rick Harsch Master. I like that. I'm teaching a master class. That would make me a master, right? How's my hair? Do I look okay? Not talking to you, camera woman. I'm talking to the world. Is my hair okay today? How do I look? With glasses? Better? Without glasses? Better? Okay, well, let's get it right into today's master class. What I'd like to talk about is the daily news cycle. We were talking recently, I was talking recently, maybe it wasn't here, maybe it was somewhere else, about these Italians, Italian peoples. You know, they're no different from other people except that they're Italian and other people aren't. You may think that's profound, but it's not. Though it could be. Anyway, the point is this. I'm in a WhatsApp group with some Italian parents of baseball players, and, news is spread about the baseball circumstances of my son and, like when's practice. And then if somebody has a birthday, then, oh God, what a nightmare. You get, compleanni, which is fine, because it's Italian and that's, But then you get the fucking emoticons. These are adults. These are people my age, roughly my age. Educated, not educated, still. Emoticons. It'll say compleanni, and then there'll be a longer line of emoticons, like ice cream cones and cake and a baseball, of course, thematic, injection there. Here comes the dog. You might want to hear this too. What would the dog think if, on his birthday, October 1st, if anybody wants to send something, just contact me at rick.harsch@gmail.com. If you want to drop in a $5 for the mutt. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, what would the dog think? Here, happy birthday, Suleiman. Here's an emoticon string for you. Or even my camera woman. Vitamin, what do you want for your birthday? 10,000 emoticons of things like cake and ice cream and smiling people, no penises or boobies. Anyway, so you get my point. I'm a little bit, irritated by the tendency of human beings to just indiscriminately allow technology to alter and trivialize their beings. So one of the things that's also happened is that news, unless it's really amazing stuff like what's going on in the United States, the coronavirus is news every single day, although people seem to be, pardon the pun, but deadened to the fact that it's killing so many people. But it's still in the news every day because it's still killing a lot of people, but I don't know if they care anymore. It's so insane. It's like over 110,000 by now, and there's okay, never mind that. But then there's now the riots, which are amazing because they've kept the news cycle about the riots going because they keep having riots. Protests, basically they're 90-some% protests, not that I care. I mean, if you're going to protest, you might as well riot. But if you don't want to riot, don't riot. Fine, but the protest is great. Well, I decided I am not going to let the first pocketbook by Corona Samizdat just leave the news cycle after one video. Let's just say that someone comes up to you and says, hey, you got a book on you? By the way, you can be the person. Say, hey, you got a book on you, mister?
What?
You got to say, hey, you got a book on you, mister?
Hey, you got a book on you, mister?
Well, as a matter of fact, I got one right here in my pocket. It's a pocketbook. And so I have it right here in my pocket. Look at that. Fits right in. Happen to have a couple copies of the same book over here. Look at that. Right over. Can you get them in here, camera lady? Right by the rabbits. Okay. And I'm going to read just a short passage and then we'll be done, okay? Then you can go home. We're talking, I opened the book at random to read something and to Chris Villa, and I came, this is part of that passage, but I thought we should take it back a little bit. Miss Venn held up the stopwatch with her finger on the button. Jackie put his sausage fingers in start position. On your mark, get set, go. Jackie flew into it. I think we're talking piano playing. You played it note perfect, Jackie, and when the last note sounded, Miss Venn stopped the timer and announced 7 minutes 42 seconds. Have you given any more thought to going to the moon, Jackie? I'm afraid of space. Do you remember the talk we had about elevators? Jackie scratched his shoulder. An elevator can plunge to the basement. Allow me to cut the cable for you. Have an incredibly crisp cookie. Concrete gives me wet stools. But when they dry, you can walk on them. I don't think I'd want to. I'm just saying it's a possibility. You don't have to if you don't want to. I don't walk on mine. But then they are already nicely set up when they come out. I have a few examples. Would you like to see them? Miss Venn retrieved a beautiful wooden box from a bookshelf that also held a bugle, a hypodermic needle, and a rubber strap. This rubber strap is 60 years old and still in perfect condition, Jackie. Isn't that amazing? Fond memories of a time when morphine could be had for a smile. She brought the box to him and sat down with it in her lap and undid the clasp. She opened it slowly. I wouldn't show these to just anyone, Jackie. See how white and smooth and shiny they are? This one I made just before I gave a talk to the Piano Guild on the Rachmaninoff Preludes. You will notice there is something peculiarly Russian about it. And this one I did just after I heard Van Cliburn won the Tchaikovsky competition. It's one of my favorites. It has that native son triumphs look about it, doesn't it? These are just a few mementos of my life in music. Thank you for indulging a sentimental old woman in her trip down memory lane. Miss Venn seemed sad and remote after she closed the box, holding her mementos of a life in music. You should feel honored, Jackie. I wouldn't show them to any of the other wretched children of this town. Those are some very nice turds, Miss Venn. Don't say turds, or have you forgotten I was on the planning committee for the Great Gate of Kiev and offered Mrs. Dostoevsky bread when the old man gambled away their last ruble at Baden-Baden? No, Miss Venn. Remember these things before you say turd. That same afternoon, Mom took you to the doctor for your follow-up visit. The doctor weighed you. What's this, Jackie? You've gained 8 pounds since your last visit. Mom said, that's impossible. Jackie is on a restrictive diet. No seconds. We have stepped up his enemas and he walks every day. He is no longer inhabited by the corpse of lonely Princess Jacqueline, and he has a copy of God's Answer to Fat, and he says mantras. It is muscle gain from the man makers, said the doctor. Muscle weighs more than fat. Jackie has gained 8 pounds of solid muscle. Good job, Jackie. Please, sir, may I have more? First drop your shorts and let's check out your pudenda. May I, Mom said, and bent over to look too. All present and accounted for. Very good. We might want to try a truss to exhume things down there. How would you feel about wearing a man girdle, Jackie? It would exalt the belly tone and bring you into balance and give you confidence. Try it. Try a man girdle, Jackie, said Mom. Don't be afraid of a man girdle, boy. I have an expectant father who wears a man girdle. Now let's check out those knockers. I will lift one, you lift the other, Mrs. Foss. Cupping gently. And 1, 2, 3, lift. While I am in there, I will check the heartbeat. No rashes. Good. Good. All right, and gently releasing. Thank you, Mrs. Foss. Jackie is very self-conscious of his titties, Mom said. Any more cracking and oozing there? No. There, that's just a little bit of an angel of Sodom. The titular, no pun avoidable, of the Vardeman Vardeman, Angel of Sodom, the first pocket release of. Oh my God! And they fall just like dominoes. You can set them up. I buy 10 of them and make a domino set. All right. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.